Lights up.
Murder!
Suicide!
Hit-and-run driving!
Incurable insanity!
Hearts torn apart! Families broken up!
Kids who will suffer guilt and bad memories until the day they die.
And all because kids couldn't resist a few kicks.
The story you're about to see is true. Only the names have been changed to protect the innocent.
And now that we've got your attention, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, it is my privilege to introduce our host. To know him is to love him.
Your pal and mine.
All the way from your local high school.
Put your hands together and let's give a rip-roaring reception to Dr. Alfred Carroll! Woo!
Good evening. I'm most appreciative to see such a supportive and enthusiastic group of parents here tonight. Most of you already know me, but for the few of you who don't, my name is Dr. Carroll. I'm the principal to your kids down at the high school. The PTA has called this meeting tonight in the efforts to share with you our concern with a national epidemic of overwhelming proportions. I've invited you here this evening to introduce you to the real public enemy number one. Yes, ladies and gents, I am speaking of Reefer Madness, the drug menace, marijuana. You and all the school parent groups around the country must stand united on stamping out this frightful assassin of our youth. You can do it by bringing about compulsory education on the subject of narcotics in general, the dreaded marijuana in particular. That is the purpose of this meeting, ladies and gentlemen, to lay the foundation for a nationwide campaign by you to demand, by law, such compulsory education. Because it is only through enlightenment that this scourge can be wiped out. Out of the trafficking of these drugs, a lawlessness that we can scarcely estimate has grown and is now flourishing. It exists in almost every city and hamlet in the country. It might be interesting and important for you to know some of the methods used in bringing these drugs into the country, as the work of the forces of law and order, which are daily combating the traffic alleyways at the risk of life by their agents. This ceaseless fight against the drug traffic is directed by the Department of Narcotics, Washington. I have received a letter of vital importance from a member of the Narcotics Bureau. I'm going to read this letter to you. My dear Dr. Carroll, the suppression of the use of marijuana and of the forces lurking behind it are the most important jobs this department is now engaged in. At the outset of this letter, there is one vital fact I would like to submit. There is a powerful agency. I speak of the school parent associations of this country, which can be invaluable in stamping out this scourge. Their help, their eternal vigilance, could be the deciding factor in our fight against it. The weed marijuana is grown in every state in the Union. Recently, in the city of Brooklyn, New York, a field of marijuana was found behind a tenement court. The weed was here being cultivated, regularly stripped and dried, and sold in schools and government army posts in and around New York. The dried leaves and berries are ground up and made into cigarettes by a simple hand machine. The deadly narcotic is wrapped quickly and easily prepared for its market. The sale of marijuana is even more difficult to detect than the trafficking of drugs such as opium, morphine, and heroin. They are hidden in fake jewelry cases, in the heels of shoes, women's shoes especially, because the drugs can be secreted in false heels. Hollowed shaving brushes are another medium. Books with false centers are often used. Watch cases are convenient hiding places. The value of drugs thus seized is enormous. Recently, a huge supply of heroin was taken. It was concealed in an apparently harmless shipment of 35 barrels of olive oil. The deadly drug was burned in the incinerator of the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. And more vicious, more deadly even than these soul-destroying drugs is the menace of marijuana. No doubt many of you do not believe that these things do happen, that they cannot happen to you. You may also believe that the facts have been exaggerated. Let me tell you of something that happened right here in our own city. This story is set in a world your own kids would never tell you about. So that's why I'm here. You probably read about it in the papers. However, I'll give you the real facts behind the case. Let me take a moment to introduce you to our cast of characters. First off, starting on a positive note, let me introduce you to our very own Romeo and Juliet. Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Harper and Mary Lane.
Hiya, folks. Glad you could make it tonight. This here's Mary. She's my girl.
And Bill's all mine, girls, so don't go getting any ideas. Hi, Mom! Where's Dad? Couldn't come.
Moving on.
Please do.
I'm sure you'll all love meeting Mary's kid brother, Jimmy Lane.
Hi, nice to meet you.
What's that in your mouth, Jimmy? Nothing, huh? Did you bring enough for all of us?
Sorry, Dr. Carroll. It won't happen again.
Next, let me introduce Ralph Wiley and Blanche DuJour. Ralph's big man on campus.
How do you do?
And Blanche is the exchange student next door.
No, speak the English.
Blanche, quit that clowning.
After the show, why don't you come back to my dressing room? You too, Tiger.
That's about enough of that.
I'm just getting started, kiddo.
Okay, now last but not least, our adults in the know, May Coleman and Jack Perry, the villains of this piece. Feel free to boo and hiss to your heart's content.
You both suck! Nobody likes you!
May Coleman, party girl. This here's my goon. Make nice with the people, Jack.
Our place is my place. Come up any old time you like, kids.
Thank you all. Please set up for our first scene. And while they do, let me tell you a bit about our cast, for those of you who might be visiting us tonight. Population 4641. Most of them God-fearing and go to church every Sunday. Average household has 3.5 children. Most of the men who can work do so at the hula hoop factory just the other side of the railroad tracks. Most all women are housewives. A few of the single women are secretaries and like that. The children attend school through the 12th grade. Then there's a college next town over. There's a gazebo on the town green with free concerts in the evenings. Weather permitting, of course. Nice town, know what I mean?
Ready to start when you are, Dr. Carroll.
Then let's do just that, shall we? Our first scene takes place in the apartment belonging to May Coleman.
Let me give you a quick tour. This here is the living room. That's the front door. Through there's a kitchen and bedroom. Over here is the fireplace. The chair and bar used to belong to my parents. The piano came with the place, and I don't play, so don't ask. In the view from the window there, you can see the park, Main Street, and high school, just the other side. Guess that about does it. Oh, please do excuse the mess. I had a little party last night, after which I passed out right here.
I have my own key. So I let myself in. Hey, May, come on. Get up.
What time is it?
Time for you to get up and give this place a going home. Looks like the Marines have landed.
That bunch last night was high enough to take over the Marines and the Navy.
Well, you better get on the job. Some of the kids may be up this afternoon.
Jack, we can get along without dragging those kids up here.
Why don't you button up your lip? You're always squawking about something. You got more static than the radio.
Get the door.
You got cans?
I'm gonna go put on some nylon for a new face.
Oh, you got a new face lying around here someplace?
Droll. Very droll. Get the door, you big galoot.
Ah, Reed.
Hello, how are you?
Fine. How are you? Come in.
Man,
She'll be right in. Come on, sit down. Make yourself comfortable.
this here's Blanche.
Looks like Big Shot Ralph's got himself a new pair of stands.
Well, let me introduce you to her. Blanche DuJour. She's an exchange student, singing the fish paws, don't you know?
Exchange student, huh?
Nice to meet you.
customers, May.
Yeah, well, they're old enough to know what they're doing. Not like these young kids you bring up here nowadays. Oh, hi, sexy.
Hiya, kitten. Well, how is every old thing, May?
Can't complain. Can't complain.
Not much. You can't.
That's enough out of you.
Oh, not just yet. This here's Blanche. Excuse me for a minute while I visit the gents.
Blanche, is it?
Doesn't speak a word of English.
Is that so?
And not a bad looker though, ain't she?
Except for those ratty threads. I wouldn't wear those too often.
Then perhaps you could take me shopping and show me what's in fashion this season.
Take a number, sister. Don't go mistaking me for Mother Cabrini just because I host a soiree to every night. What? Thought you said she doesn't speak a word.
I assume.
Assume nothing, cowboy.
Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
What can I get you?
Anything over 80 proof will do.
I wasn't talking to you.
And why not? You are the hostess with the mostest, ain't ya? Ralph,
Go on there.
where are we going?
To bland traffic, my brother.
It'll give the dolls a chance to measure himself among themselves.
You got a ruler, kid?
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Oh, what's the line?
You should be afraid of her, honey.
You should be afraid of her. She's the dragon.
What does this mean?
That's what I'd like to know.
Ready to blow or what?
Be back in no time at all.
I'm gonna go run a couple deliveries, and then I'll stop on Main Street and pick up a couple of the kids.
I wish you lay off those kids.
I wish you'd get over that mother complex.
So, Miss America, you're looking to, graze on some grass? What? Case chick. Looks like I dialed the wrong number.
You're a tough little girl, ain't you?
I'm a businesswoman.
What's your this?
All in good time, sister. All in good time.
Oh, so you're a cook.
Aren't we all?
We take you now to a suggestion of Main Street. Every town's got one, I suppose. Each pretty much like all the rest. Whoa.
Restart. I'm not stopping recording. Go to the top.
Whoa. We need you, man.
Top of 5.
We take you now to a suggestion of Main Street. Every town's got one, I suppose. Each pretty much like all the rest. Soda fountains right down there. Up that way is the church. Over yonder is the high school, which is just getting out for the day, according to my watch. Here come some of the kiddies now. Happy, gay, and not a care in the world. And about to fall into a trap full of despair and incurable insanity. Let's watch, shall we?
That real Bobby's living in. Boy, oh boy, is he keen.
I don't know why you want to make such a fuss over that Ralph.
Oh, he's a slow swimmer. He'd make the freshman team if he went to college.
Yeah, but my dad knows his family, and none of them are any good. His father and mother just got a divorce. In Paris.
You don't say.
You know, runs around pretty much on his own. He's been in a couple of jams.
Well, I only kind of say hello to him. I don't go around with him.
Well, you better not. He's a little too old for us. That's what my dad says. Oh, by the way, Jimmy, I'm sort of giving a little party Saturday afternoon over at my grandmother's. You know, the place with the swimming pool. Like to come?
Thanks, Bill. Maybe I will.
I'd sure like to have you.
I'm sure you would. Okay, I'll probably drop over.
Hello, Bill. Hi, Jimmy.
Hello, Mary.
Bill.
How's Trix, sis?
Since I saw you at my locker 10 minutes ago, I suppose they're about the same.
Say how you like that? That's the one I was telling you about.
Very nice.
Gotta go to take her on a trip to Cloud9.
Hey, keep your brains in your pants, Wiley. Come on.
Hiya, Bill. Hello, Mary.
How are you, Ralph?
Oh, hello, Ralph. You know my brother Jimmy, don't you?
How are you?
Swell!
I'd like you to meet a friend of mine, Jack Perry. Mary, Bill.
How are you?
Glad to know ya.
How do you do?
Glad to know you. Say, kids, we're having a little party over at my girlfriend's apartment.
That's right. Wouldn't you like to come along?
Mary and I have a date to play a set of doubles.
Oh, you can play anytime. Come on, we'll have some laughs.
Oh, not today, Ralph. Some other time.
Can I go along with you?
Sure.
Don't. Say, I'll see you at dinner, sis.
Okay, Jimmy, don't be late.
I won't.
Ready?
Ready?
Just up this way, double block.
I got a car. Keen.
So, how'd you find America? I just got off the boat.
No, what I meant
I
was...
know what you meant. I was trying to make one of your unfunny American jokes. I love this country though. Apple pie and Uncle Sam and other jazz.
Where'd you come from?
Fredonia.
Never heard of it.
In my country, children are making a living and putting bread on the table by the time they're my age. Not here. Not in America.
Great country, ain't it? Kids running like animals in the streets and whooping it up every chance they get.
I like whooping it up very much so.
Well, then you come to the right place, sister. You come to the right place. Jack will probably be back any minute now with a couple of those dang kids, I'll bet you.
So, you and Ralph how you, no, you and Jack are how you say.
How you don't say. Sure, he's healthy and normal and fun. You know what I mean. Don't tell me you've never rode a hot rod or had a late date on the second balcony. Or maybe you haven't.
I know of what you speak, but I thought you and this Jack were having relations.
Heaven, no. Maybe back in the days of yore, but that was back when I was a stupid kid and didn't know any better. Like you and Ralph are now, I bet.
I like that Ralph character. But the thing is, I like all of your American boys. Ralph's not enough for me.
I like your phraseology, sister.
So, you and Jack are in a business relationship, is that it?
That's it, all right. And trying to create an impression. I'm unimpressed.
Everything old is new again.
You walked into this room with 32 teeth, Buster. How'd you like to walk out with 0?
Don't flip your wig.
Say you're sorry.
Ah, sorry.
Here you go, pumpkin. Fruit on the side.
So this is just beer?
You'll love it.
Isn't the first time that piano has been used for something other than playing, and would be the last, I imagine.
I don't like a guy who can't hold his liquor.
Say, May, I want some smokes.
I'm coming.
Thanks, but I don't smoke. Not ever? Ever?
This is the smoothest smoke in town.
I don't doubt it is, but it still doesn't change the fact that I don't smoke. Don't you wanna fit in?
Be cool.
Get the girl?
Yoo-hoo!
Well, what do you say, Ralph? You gonna smoke one?
I'm going to smoke several.
You think it's okay?
Sure it is. But I'm steer you wrong, bum. Don't mind me. When I steer you wrong, bum.
Well, okay, if you say so.
Allow me. Sure, you'll cough a little bit at first, but just you wait. Leave you me. Come on, take another drag. See, there you go. You're a gnat.
And lights down.
And as Jimmy unknowingly began his addiction to the evil weed, another scene was being played out in a different part of town. Bill and Mary, our typical red-blooded, God-fearing, American as apple pie with cheese couple, have finished their game of tennis and returned to Mary's to do their homework together.
It's nice of you to help me with my homework, Bill.
Oh, I'll try anything except domestic science.
Oh, Bill, don't you want to learn something about running your own home?
The answer is no. You know, after that session we had yesterday, I went home and told my mother that the trouble with her pot roast gravy was that she hadn't added 3 heaping teaspoons full of olive oil.
What did she say?
She didn't say anything. She just threw me out of the kitchen.
Well, I don't wonder.
Hello, children!
Hello, Mother.
Hello, Mrs. Lane.
That was sweet of you, Mother.
Gosh, hot chocolate? Thanks, Mrs. Lane.
I know you can't study on empty stomachs. Now then, enjoy yourselves.
He will.
She will too, Mrs. Lane.
I'll be just inside the kitchen. I've got this biscuit dough and a pie in the oven.
May I? sort of feel as though you're there beside me. Oh, listen. It is my soul that calls upon thy name. How silver sweet sounds lovers' tongues by night, like softest music to attending ears.
Romeo,
My dear,
what o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
by the hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then.
Oh, you kids!
Mother, I thought you had your biscuit dough.
And the pie in the oven.
Mother, would you mind if Bill and I had a moment alone?
Yes.
What's that smell?
What smell?
I don't smell anything.
Something's burning.
My pie!
I still don't smell anything.
That's because there's nothing to smell, save for my perfume. Do you like it?
Very much so. What's it called?
Let's do our homework.
You don't know the name of your perfume?
Oh, I know it.
So what's it called?
It's embarrassing.
Then whisper it in my ear.
You're not going to stop, are you?
Not a chance.
Very well then.
My sin?
Not a word to mother.
My lips are sealed, but that was a nasty trick you played just to get her back in the house.
She shouldn't be spying. Senator McCarthy says that spying is most un-American.
Well, I don't know if Mr. McCarthy cares as much about you as your mother does.
If she cares so much, then what's she doing leaving me in the hands of a masher like you?
Masher.
Oh, now, I know you're not, and you know you're not.
But your mother isn't quite sure?
Exactly. I'm sure she thinks the second her back is turned that you've got your hands all over me.
I don't, do I?
Not ever. That's something I've been meaning to talk to you about.
Why, what's the matter, Mary?
I see the way other fellas act when they're alone with girls, but you're different.
That's because I respect you, Mary.
I know you do, Bill, and I appreciate it. But the thing is, a little whoopee making every now and again is a quintessential part of any teenage relationship.
Perhaps I paint your picture all wrong, Mary Lane.
How do you paint it?
Gosh, Mary, are you gonna make me say it?
Perhaps you had better.
I love you, kid.
How much?
Much as Romeo loved Juliet.
They're dead, Bill. We're alive.
You want me to be like the other guys? I can do that. I'm trying all the time, but the thing is, I can only be me. If you want yourself a Valentino, then maybe you're barking up the wrong tree.
Well, you're the right tree. I know that. Maybe I'm not barking loud enough.
How's about this?
Your pin?
Be mine, Mary Lane.
Oh, Bill!
Do you love me?
My Romeo!
What class is this homework for? Or are we doing more of Romeo and Juliet?
I was just going, actually. If I don't mow the lawn before Father gets home from work, he'll beat the dickens out of me.
Are you still taking me to see the James Dean movie tonight, Bill?
No James Dean unless you get your homework done.
Well, I'll see you tonight, Mary. Goodbye, Mrs. Lane.
Goodbye, Bill.
Goodbye!
I don't like that boy.
Mother!
Riding around on a motorcycle with salmonella all night long.
Bill?
Bill! No! James Dean, silly! I think his pictures foster delinquency.
You sound like Dr. Carroll down at the school. That old David Wynn's always going on and on about something or another.
Oh, bad luck!
Poppycock! There's a lot of truth in what that man says.
I know. Look, Mom! Bill
if you ever Ralph keeps the room. She's his girl, but she says she's everybody's girl. So I guess she's my girl too, I think. You see, the thing is, I've been spending a lot of time up at that May's place. And I've had plenty of kids, don't get me wrong. But well, the thing is, I've been skipping lunch at school. And not because I'm not hungry, I'm starving as a matter of fact. But I need the money for, well, something else.
What do you mean you ain't got the do-re me?
Can't you float me?
How many times do you expect me to cover you?
I always pay you back.
How do I know you won't skip town? Middle of the night style.
Are you kidding, Jack? My family's here.
How do I
I'm not
know?
going anywhere.
How do I know I can trust your word?
We're friends, ain't we?
Yeah, but besides that, I don't know you from Adam's off eyes.
You hurt my feelings, Jack.
Sorry. I didn't mean to, but this is business.
I know it is. Shucks.
But if you ain't got the do-re-mi, there's an alternative.
An alternative?
Nah, you won't go for it.
Try me.
This is on the hush-hush, mind.
Of course it is. Go ahead.
You see, there are some sad little ladies in this town of ours who would spend a pretty penny for a night out with a young stud like you.
What are you talking, Jack?
Here's how it works. They pay you, you pay me, and I give you the reefers. Get it?
I did.
Now here's the important part. Get the wax out of your ears. This is between you and me. Am I making myself perfectly clear? No Ralph, no Blanche, no May, no anybody. Get it? Good. Now, here's the deal. You show up at this address in your best dress at 7 o'clock this evening. You'll be meeting a Miss Edwina Hatch.
Edwina?
That's right. You're going to show her a good time.
What if she asks?
Eh, don't interrupt. It's rude.
Sorry.
You'll do whatever she asks, like a good little boy. Then stop at May's and I'll fix you up.
Say, this Dave was my third grade teacher.
What about
Just saying, that's all.
it? Prove yourself tonight, and there's more where that came from.
I'll prove myself.
And
You
you,
just wait and see.
you better. So long, kid.
So long. So I went on the date. We went to a concert at the gazebo and held hands under her show. Then at the end of the night, when I dropped her at home, she asked me to kiss her. And I shut my eyes and did it. It wasn't as half as bad as I thought it would be. Even if she did only have 3 teeth in her head. That's all she really wanted. A kiss. That's not too much work for 10 reefers. But well, the thing is, I smoked him up quicker than I thought, and was back to Jack to fix up another date.
Tell them about the next date, Jimmy.
Hey, don't you think we should move on to the next scene, Dr. Carroll?
Telling these good people the whole story, telling them the truth, is the only way to move on. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, the next one was the college girl. So, she wasn't that old. She wasn't too easy on the eyes either. Good thing I smoked up before meeting her. She took me to a taffy pole and forced me to dance with her for about 6 hours. But she didn't ask me to dance with her, to kiss her or anything, so that was okay.
Tell them about the last date, Jimmy.
I have to go now, Dr. Carroll.
No, you don't.
I have to hear it in the next scene.
The next scene won't make any sense unless you finish the story.
I'd rather not tell it, that's just the same.
Tell them! I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell. Would you please?
Can't you tell them?
No.
The last date I went on was the worst. The worst, I tell you. And the thing is, I don't know how to say this. It's, wasn't like the first two, because it wasn't a date with a chick. Of course, Jack didn't tell me it was a fella, because he knows I wouldn't have gone. But I went, and when this old guy opened the door, there was nowhere to run. So I stuck it up. He took me to a weenie roast some of his old friends were having, and showed me off that he just won the grand prize of all time.
Very good. Thank you, Jimmy.
I'm not finished.
I'm
I want to
sorry.
make something clear. Now, before any of you get any funny ideas, I am not a fruit.
Nobody's saying you are, Jimmy.
What these old homosexualists want to do with each other is nobody's business, and I don't care about it. But what this old guy asked me to do,
That's enough, Jimmy.
no! You asked me to tell them, so that's what I'm doing. I have never been so repulsed in my life. I excused myself, ran to the job, and got sick. I told them I wasn't feeling well, and he suggested we call an early night. I couldn't have agreed more. When I went back to Jack, I wanted to kill him. But I didn't. I didn't say anything. He gave me my reefers, and I went home. I haven't been on another one of Jack's dates since.
Are you quite finished?
Yes.
Then I suppose you'd better go get ready for the next scene.
I thought you wanted the truth.
Yes, that's all we want. The whole shocking truth. Very good. You can go now. I apologize if some of those details did not sit well with you folks. But this is the sick reality that is tonight's sad, sad story. Let's move on, shall we? We take you to Maze, where there always seems to be a party going on.
Jimmy, Jimmy! Are we playing or what? Come on, Jimmy, come join in the fun.
Not right now, thanks.
Come on, Blanche, it's your turn.
I'm coming.
What's the matter?
Why should anything be the matter?
Well, if you say nothing's the matter, then I say nothing's the matter.
Good. There was an accident.
What are you talking
That's
about?
what they call accidents, isn't it? Because they're accidents. Things that shouldn't happen, and nobody's to blame.
Of course. Now what shouldn't have happened?
You're saying these guys won't!
I'm not saying anything. I don't even know what happened. Now, you're gonna tell me?
I'm still shaking.
From what?
I didn't even see him, I swear.
Didn't see who?
The guy!
The
I
guy?
came out of nowhere. You gotta believe me.
Well, I believe you. Now what happened?
I hit him.
You punched him?
I hit him. With the car.
Let me think.
What are you going to do?
Did you just hear what I said? This is my problem. This is my problem. And I'll handle it. Now, join the stupid game and don't let on that anything's the matter. If you can do that, well, you better try. Try hard. Come on, let's play around.
Lights down.
This bitch empty.
And lights up.
Good morning, Jimmy! Oh, what a beautiful morning! Oh, what a beautiful day! I got this beautiful feeling.
What's so beautiful about it?
The sun is shining, the morning dew on the flowers,
sure thing. How about you, Sonny?
Me?
Yeah, you. What's your name?
Just call officer.
I'm not an officer. I'm a detective. And I appreciate your name for the record, if you don't mind.
Oh, Jimmy, don't be so difficult. This is my brother Jimmy. Jimmy Lane. Same last name as mine, of course. And I apologize for his behavior. He hasn't been himself the past few weeks. And if you ask me, it's because
That's about it.
Jimmy,
If you have any questions for me, Dick, I'll be glad to answer them.
Very good. Nothing. At this time. But this case is not closed, I'll have you know. I will be in touch with the two of you if you need anything else. If I need anything else. Good day.
what's the matter with you, Jimmy?
With me? What are you trying to do? Send me up the river?
Oh, now, Jimmy, all he was asking for is a little cooperation.
Well, you can cooperate to your heart's content, but just leave me out of it, you see?
You don't have to get so cross. I'm worried about you.
Well, don't go wasting your time. I'm a big boy, and I can take care of myself. Thank you very much.
Jimmy,
What have I got to worry about?
why don't you tell me?
Oh, for Pete's sake, don't try to start cross-examining me. Really, I'm all right.
Jimmy, don't let Mother see you like that.
Mary, Jimmy, my lad, the time. You don't want to be late to school, do you?
We're just going round, Mother. Well,
Go on ahead. I'll see you later.
Jimmy, if you're thinking about skipping,
Just go, will ya? Go!
no, Jimmy, I wish you'd just
Go on! Get out of here!
Really want you to realize this is just recording everything that's
That's
happening.
why I looked at the camera. Like I'm on The Office. And I